In this video, I will show you 4 EASY memory hacks that will help you to remember anything fast. These tips are so powerful that they are used by top performers in various fields like actors, CEOs, and even spies. Can you remember all the words that begin with the letter A in this sentence? This is a test of your working memory. How many did you get right? If you got 10 or more, you have an excellent working memory. The PEG system is a powerful mnemonic technique that can help you remember a lot of information very fast. Visualization is another powerful mnemonic technique that can help you remember information fast. These techniques are used by top performers in various fields to help them remember complex information quickly and accurately. So whether you're a student trying to ace exams or a professional who needs to give presentations, these memory hacks can help you succeed. So practice these techniques and become a memory master. To use visualization, simply create a vivid mental image of the information you want to remember. Do you find them helpful? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you want to improve your memory and cognitive abilities even further, click here to access our free online course, Sharpen Your Mind. It contains 6 lessons that will help you to increase your concentration, memory, and learning speed. So don't wait. Click now and start improving your mind today. For example, if you want to remember that you have to call your mother, you can visualize yourself holding a telephone and talking to a woman who looks like your mom. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss out on any future videos. And finally, if you want to learn more about memory hacks, click here to watch this video next. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye. The more vivid and detailed the image, the easier it will be to remember. You can also use visualization to remember lists of items. For example, if you want to remember a grocery list, you can create a mental image of each item on the list. As you walk through the store, simply look at each item and visualize it in your mind. This will help you stay on track and make sure you don't forget anything. Visualization is a very effective mnemonic technique because it engages your imagination and emotions. When you create a vivid mental image of something, it becomes much easier to remember. Plus, it's a fun and creative way to learn new things. So the next time you need to remember something important, try using visualization. You might be surprised at how well it works. This technique is based on the idea of creating memorable pegs to hang information onto. Let me explain. Start by memorizing a list of basic numbers. For example, you can memorize the numbers 1 through 5 as 1 is a bun, 2 are bees, 3 are trees, 4 are doors, and 5 are bikes. These are your pegs. Once you have memorized the pegs, you can start adding information onto them. For example, if you want to remember that you have a dentist appointment on Tuesday, you can create a peg for Tuesday by visualizing a toothbrush hanging onto the number 2. Now, whenever you think about the number 2, you will remember that you have a dentist appointment on Tuesday. You can use this technique to remember anything from grocery lists to passwords. In fact, it is widely used by people who have to remember lots of information, such as students and professionals. With a little practice, you will be able to use the PEG system to remember anything very fast. Between 7 and 9, you are above average. Between 4 and 6, you are average. And if you got less than 4, there is nothing to worry about. You can improve your working memory with some simple techniques that we will learn in today's video. So let's dive in and see how you can use them too. Welcome back to the channel. Before we start, here's a little test. The link method is a powerful mnemonic technique that can help you remember long lists of items in the exact order you want to remember them. To use the link method, simply create a memorable link between each item on your list and the previous item. For example, let's say you want to buy some groceries, and your shopping list looks like this: milk, bread, eggs, cheese, and butter. You can use the link method to remember the items in the exact order you want to buy them. Here is how it works. First, start with the first item on your list, milk. Create a memorable link between milk and the second item on the list, bread. You could imagine a scenario where you are using bread to soak up spilled milk, for example. Next, create a link between bread and eggs. You could imagine making French toast with both bread and eggs. Then create a link between eggs and cheese. You could imagine making an omelet with eggs and cheese. Finally, create a link between cheese and butter. You could imagine spreading butter on a piece of cheese. Now you have created a memorable story that links all the items on your list together. Simply run through the story in your head, and you will be able to remember the entire list in the exact order you want to buy it. The link method is an incredibly versatile tool that can be used to remember anything from shopping lists to historical timelines. With a little practice, you will be able to use the link method to remember anything fast. Now let's move on to the first tip. Tip No. One is called chunking. This technique is used by intelligence agencies to remember long strings of random numbers and words. Let's take an example. Imagine you want to remember the following sequence of numbers: 2, 3, 5, 8, 1, 4, 9, 2, 7, 5. It seems almost impossible to remember such a long sequence. But what if we break it down into smaller chunks? You can break it up like this: 2, 3, 5, 8, 1, 4, 9, 2, 7, 5. Each chunk consists of 3 numbers, and we can make sense of each chunk individually. Now it is easy to remember these chunks instead of individual numbers. For example, if someone asks you the third number in the sequence, you can quickly reply 5. Similarly, you can answer any number by looking at its chunk. By chunking the information into smaller units, we reduce the amount of information we need to remember at once, making it much easier to grasp and recall. For example, phone numbers are usually broken down into 3 or 4 chunks, which makes it easier for us to remember them. So try chunking the next time you have to remember something. It is a great way to improve your memory and make remembering things fast and easy. Now let's move on to tip No. 2, the link method. Now let's move on to tip No. 3, the peg system. Now let's move on to tip No. 4, visualization. And there you have it, for easy memory hacks that will help you to remember anything fast. So what do you think of these memory hacks? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends.